Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning, distinguished guests, dedicated educators, and honored participants. It is both a privilege and a pleasure to stand before you today at this prestigious international conference on early child care and education for lifelong well-being, hosted by the Faculty of Education, University Kebangsaan Malaysia. In the rapidly evolving landscape of the 21st century, education is no longer confined to traditional classroom or rigid methodologies. Instead, we are called to reimagine learning as a dynamic, engaging, and joyful experience, one that nurtures curiosity, creativity, and a lifelong love to knowledge. The topic of my speech is fun learning in 21st century education. Resonates deeply with the vision, reminding us that when children learn with joy, they thrive not just academically, but emotionally, socially, and cognitively. Early childhood is a critical window of opportunity, a time when your mind are most receptive to exploration and discover as educators, researchers, and policies. We have a shared responsibility to ensure that learning environments are inclusive, innovative, and inspiring, blending play with purpose and technology with tradition. Over the few days, we will explore groundbreaking research, share best practices, and collaborate on strategy to make learning meaningful, enjoyable, and impactful for every child. Let us seize this opportunity to exchange ideas, challenge conventions, and co-create a future where education is not just about instruction, but about inspiration, imagination, and lifelong well-being. What is a 21st century education? 21st century education refers to an evolving approach to teaching and learning designed to prepare students for success in a rapid changing, technology driven, and interconnected world. Unlike traditional education models focused primarily on rote memorization and standardized testing, 21st century education emphasizes critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and adaptability, skill essential for thriving in today's society. So, in the 21st century, education has become a vast term in education over the last few years. While there is a flexible in how the skills are interpreted, there are four main skills. The four C's that are regarded as a core skills. The first one is communication, the second one is creativity, and then the third one is critical thinking, and then last but not least is collaboration. So when we see this picture, we know that they have four C's must have and emphasize from the 21st century education. The first one is about the creator. So the creator must have the critical thinking and problem solving, which is analyzing information, questioning assumptions, and innovation solution. So that's why when we talk about the creator, they must have a creativity and innovation because they want to encouraging original ideas, design thinking, and artistic expression. So what about the collaborator? Okay, the collaborator here, we can see that there are must have a teamwork and also the communication and cross-cultural understanding. So as a communicator, okay, they must have an effective expression through writing, speaking, and digital media, and then they must have an attitude and action and concept and also a skill to make up is as good as a communicator for the 21st century learner. So, how about the digital learning? How it helps students develop essential for the 21st century skill? Early childhood is the foundation for lifelong learning. By incorporating play-based learning, exploration and technology in the developmentally appropriate ways, we foster curiosity, adaptability, and love for learning from the very beginning. So the first one is about the technology integration. So we as a teacher must know how to use the educational apps and games, how we can utilize interactive education apps and games that make learning fun and captivating for students. The tool can cover various subjects and skills which while providing instant feedback. And also when we talk about the educational apps and games, we also very known about the virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, or AR. Immersive technology like VR and AR can transport students to virtual environment, enhancing their learning experience by making it more interactive and enjoyable. So the second one, okay, it's about the project-based learning, meaning that we must know how to handle the activities using the hands-on project. So what is a hands-on project? Hands-on project is an encouraged project-based learning where students work on real-world projects. This approach fosters creativity, critical thinking, and the problem-solving skill while making learning enjoyable. So, we must have a collaborative project when you use the project-based learning. Okay? So we can promote collaboration by having students work together on projects. This not only enhances their social skill, but also adds an element of fun through teamwork. Okay? So that's why when we talk about the technology integration in the 21st century, especially in the early child education, we need to implement technology because it can make more engaging, interactive, and fun while support cognitive and social development. Okay? So, when we talk about the virtual reality or augmented reality, this can help us to create an immersive, multiple sensory learning experience. See? So we can get something like a new one activity using the VR, for example. Okay, for the when we use the VR, okay, Google Expedition, for example, we can see a virtual field trip to zoos, museum, and landmark. Okay, so this is what we can get the benefit from the VR and AR. So the next one is gamification. Okay, so and the gamification, the game element when we can learn from the gamification, okay, it can integrate games elements such as a point, badge, and leaderboards into the learning process. This gamification approach can motivate students and add an element of competition and achievement. So what is educational challenge? Here, we can design educational challenge and quests that students can complete individually or in a group, adding an exciting and adventurous aspect to learning. So this is what we can get as a teacher about the gamification when we give to our student. So the next one is about the creativity and art. So when we talk about the fun learning, the creative and art is one of the important things as a teacher to know how we can control in our classroom. Okay? also how we can incorporate with art and creativity. So we know that we can include something like music, art, and creative writing in the curriculum. These activities not only make learning more enjoyable, but also foster creativity and self-expression. So what is the 21st century in there? So you can use the multiple multimedia presentation. Okay, so it can encourage students, okay, to create multimedia presentation, videos or podcasts as way to express their understanding of a topic. Okay, and then when we talk about the 21st century, we also can have another activity, something like critical thinking and problem solving. So we can make something like a case study and scenario. So present a real world scenario or case study that require critical thinking and problem solving skills. Okay, for example, nowadays issue about the environment, okay, wars and anything else. So we can talk and discuss with our student, and they can talk about it, and we can share for our friends. There. Another one is about the coding and robotics. So when we introduce something like coding and robotics, we can introduce also about the activity to promote logical reasoning and hands-on problem solving. So we can create that environment with our student, so they can learn how to create their own robot and the simple coding. The next one is about the flexible learning spaces. So the flexible classroom design can create the dynamic learning environment that allow for various teaching methods, collaboration and movement. So we can have a good activity with our student, okay, because they can learn what is the collaboration and how they can move from the one place to the another place with the different ideas, with the different activity. And also when they have a good idea with the inside and outside, so we can give them the opportunity to play in outdoor and alternative learning spaces. They can explore outdoor and then the alternative learning spaces to break the routine and add a sense of adventure to learning. I will discuss this later because it's very exciting when we learn about the outdoor activity. Okay, the next one is a community involvement. They are one of the important things about the service learning. We have a lot of the agencies or neighborhood outside our classroom. Okay. So how we can engage with them? So we can have something service learning project, for example. Okay, what is fun learning in early childhood education program? So when we talk about the early childhood education program in the 21st century, fun learning is not just about entertainment. It is about engaging children's natural curiosity, creativity, and love for discovery while developing critical foundation skills. So, when we give several of interactive learning strategy in early childhood education, which one is more engaged with the level of young learners? Here is the research from the US. Okay, how they give something like a graph. Which one is the more interactive? Okay, from the every learning strategies. The first one is engaging through technology. Okay, second one is enhancing social skill, and then the next is about the collaboration in play, and also about creative use of technology, and then the last one is about the interactive play experiences. Surprisingly, collaboration in play is most higher interactive learning strategy in early childhood means that when we engage with the young children, they are more likely more to the collaboration in play for them to get a good, okay, in terms of the information, knowledge and skills. Okay, so that's why play is one of the most important thing, whatever era you are. 21st century is still relevant. Okay, and how about the educational technology in early childhood? Impact on technology on learning outcome. So here is more impact when we use the educational technology. It's about the social development, skill development. It's more rather than the immersive learning or online or virtual reality and educational apps. That's why when we give them something activities using anything in the 21st century, we still need have a skill development, okay, to enhance their creativity, their knowledge and their skills. Okay, so here I would like to show you about the one of our project, fun learning, okay, or we call it a didik hibur 3M, membaca menulis mengira, okay, reading, writing and numeracy for the indigenous people, okay, in the school, primary school, okay, but their level still like a preschool student. Okay, why we need these activities? Okay, because it's very crucial and essential when we give them with the fun learning. Okay, here in our product is more to the physical and also digital. So we give them a module, reading, writing and counting, and then the teachings aid about the reading, writing and counting, and how we implement for this project. We have a teacher training, okay, and then the student activity and also about the evaluation. So here, how we encourage learning through fun. Okay, we have a certain teaching approach. The first one is about the mastery learning. Yeah, we give them step-by-step activities, and if they are achieved the first step, we can go to another. Okay, and also we have a creativity and sing a song together, games, and also digital simulation. So we have also using the technology is a part of our teaching and learning. So how we give that learning strategy? Okay, when we have a module, we can encourage them to doing the activities. Okay, and also we embed it with the learning through play, and then we give a sing a song, a certain music, okay, a certain song. For example, 1 little 2 little 3 little Indian, okay, and art and craft also, because they can get enjoyable. Not only they are seeing everything through the module, through the exercise, but they can learn also with enjoyable, okay, using the art and craft. So that's why our activity strategy is based on learning games. See, we use the manipulative substance and the digital simulation learning. Okay, so the next one. Okay, here is our module. What we use for the teachings guide for the teachers and also for the student as a part of their exercise. Okay, modul pembelajaran about learning, about the reading, and also about the writing and numeracy. So in that 3 books, this is a step-by-step process how they can learn from the one to the another. Okay, and we also include with the teaching aids. Okay, for the reading, we have a picture and word flashcard, set storybook, and hands puppet. Okay, we can play with them. Okay, we make a storytelling. Okay, And then we also have a writing set, okay, writing tools, letter and word flashcard and game equipment. Okay, and also about the numeracy, we have a manipulative material, puzzle and game equipment, some sort like a bingo style and so on. So when we try with our indigenous students, they are so happy. We have outdoor games. Okay, let's read. For example, as a fun learning, we have outdoor games, throwing the beanbag in the basket, remove the words in the envelope, match the words with the appropriate picture, and also let write. Okay, we have a match and write the words in the passage, and also about the bingo. Okay, add operation, past operation, remember numbers, match the numbers. Okay, so we also include with the digital application. Okay, Didik Hibo 3M. Okay, give a QR code about the module and certain exercise, so they can see the video and also certain exercise as a part of their enhancing the knowledge. Okay, and then about the product, this product will also get the achievement, the winning gold and the medal in the Edu Innovation 2020 and also Edu Innovation in 2021. Okay, this is a number 2, our activity. We call it as 3 skills for life. It's more to the outdoor and nature-based learning because of we want to boost physical health, creativity and environmental awareness. So here we can have a certain activities, something like what we call it, treasure hunts. Yeah, so they can find leaf, insect. Okay, they have a certain activities, something like a shape in the nature. Okay, they play with the water and sand, and also they make some cooking. Okay, and build a camp. Yeah, so here is a very important when we give this opportunity for students to know and learn about the environment or outdoor. Okay, we have 3 places, different places. This first one, we invite Tadika Kemas in the Kajang area. Okay, to the Taman Pakis UKM, and also we invite the children from Tadika UPM to the Dusun UPM as a part of their activities, and also from the NCDRC UPSI we play at the NCDRC playground. Okay, so in that 3 different places inside the university, okay, they play the same thing about the activities. Okay, outdoor activities. So each of the what we call it, a center. Okay, they have different activities. So we have a 5 group. Every 5 group they have a different activity, so they need to change every 15 minutes. Okay, to go for the one station to the another station, so everyone will swap. Okay, for that 5 activity in the 10 to 15 to, so they can get a 5 activity for each group. Okay, and then they also have something like a kids. Okay, inside their bags. What is the inside their bag? Is first aid. Also, they have a shelter, fire and signaling. So they can use that materials for that 5 station if there are need to have the certain activities. Okay, so that's why it's very important when we use a certain product. Okay, especially in outdoor activity, we must have a special activity. Okay, and suitable for them to learn from the activities, because we know that sometimes they can have something like a problem, okay, about the safety, about the weather is hot, okay, about the insect and everything outside. So we need to aware about it when we play around with the children, okay, in the outdoor activity. So we include also with the module is a part of the process, yeah, procedure, how they can create the environment of play, outdoor activities, yeah, using the tools in the kits, okay, in the bags, okay, and then the station must have someone to explain about the activities for the student to play. Okay, so when we talk about the fun learning, okay, indoor and outdoor, using the material, using the technology, and also we use something related with the toys, okay. The fun learning is an education recognize that when students enjoy the learning process, they are more likely to be motivated, actively participate, and retain information. Before I conclude for this speech, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to University Kebangsaan Malaysia and the organizing committee for bringing us together in this impact dialogue. To all participants, your passion and dedication are the driving force behind transformative change in education. May our discussions be fruitful, our connections enduring, and our commitment to fun, effective, and holistic learning unwavering. Thank you so much for your listening, and let's embark on this exciting journey together. Thank you so much, and see you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a wonderful day to all of you.
Seperti ini dan berpusatlah mudahan bersama. Okey, betul.
Kuning, hijau, biru, apa-apa, pink.
Okey. Baris.
Baris.
Panggil apa?
Sudirman.
Perjalanan
Okey, kat tengah-tengah.
Kenapa dia buka serangga?
Lebah. Lebah ada mana? So lebah kat sini. Tikus?
Betul. Ke dia guna jalan-jalan.